Hello and welcome to Byju's IAS. Let's get started and look into our daily quiz. Let's look into the first question. Consider the following statements about Western Ghats. It is a UNESCO World Heritage Site and is one of 8 hotspots of biological diversity in the world. The Himalayas are older than the Western Ghats. Annamudi is the highest peak in Western Ghats. Which of the above statements are correct? The answer to this is 1 and 3 only. Why? That is because it is the Western Ghats which is older than the Himalayas, and it is not Himalayas which is older than the Western Ghats. Why have we taken this practice question? Because of the reference given in this article. Now let's look into some of the factual data when it comes to the Western Ghats. Western Ghats happens to be older than the Himalayas. Yes, this is the right factual data. Annamudi is the highest peak when it comes to the Western Ghats, and do remember UPSC in the past has also asked questions as to how many states do the Western Ghats pass through. We have the state of Gujarat, Maharashtra, Goa, Karnataka, Tamil Nadu and Kerala. So it means 6 Indian states are covered by the Western Ghats. The Western Ghats are called by different names. It is called as Sahyadri in Maharashtra, Nilgiri Hills in Karnataka and Tamil Nadu, Annamalai Hills and Cardamom Hills in Kerala. So these are some of the factual data that you have to remember when it comes to Western Ghats. Now let's look into the next practice question. With reference to TAKIP project, which of the following statements is or correct? It is a project of Government of India, assisted by World Bank. The focus of the project is to address the low enrollment ratio of girl students in technical education. Which of the statements are correct? The answer to this is one only. Why have we taken this practice question? That is because of the reference given in this article. What does the TAKIP project stands for? It stands for Technical Education Quality Improvement Program. So this is one of the initiatives where they wanted to overhaul the quality of technical education in the low income states and the special category states. So it is not only with respect to the girls, but it is about bringing a change with respect to the overall technical education in the lower income states as well as the special category states. So kindly remember, when it comes to this particular project, they wanted to ensure better academic standards through accreditation, filling up all the faculty positions that which were lying vacant in a particular college, improve the research output in a particular college, and also improvise on the teaching methods when it comes to the technical education. So better administration of the institution with better autonomy and financial updates was the objective of this particular program. So what did it want to do? It wanted to improvise on the quality of education by changing the whole setup that which was present in that particular region. So the focus was on the low income states as well as the special category states. Now let's look into the next practice question. Which of the following statements about Chilka Lake is or correct? It is the largest coastal lagoon in India and the second largest coastal lagoon in the world. It is the largest wintering ground for migratory birds on the Indian subcontinent. Chilka Lake was designated the first Indian wetland of international importance under Ramsar Convention. Which of the statements given here are correct? The answer to this is 1, 2 and 3. Why have we taken this practice question? Because of the reference given under this article. So when we look into the Chilka Lake, it is the largest wintering ground for the migratory birds in the Indian continent, and it is home to a number of threatened species of plants as well as animals. This region is also known for its rich fishing catch as well, and as a result it provides livelihood means and mechanisms to number of fishermen in this particular area. So do remember, when it comes to Chilka Lake, these two important factual data can be important from the preliminary examination point of view. Now let's look into the next practice question. Consider the following statements. Amazonia 1 satellite was jointly developed by Brazil and India. It is used to provide accurate real-time positioning and timing services over Brazil and region extending to 1500 km around Brazil. Which of the above statements is or correct? The answer to this is none. Why? This Amazonia satellite was not jointly developed by Brazil and India, but instead it was developed by Brazil on its own. So it is an indigenous program of Brazil. But what did India do? India helped in launching this particular satellite. So kindly remember, when it comes to Amazonia, it is Brazil's first independently designed, built and operated satellite. What is the operation of this particular satellite? When it comes to this particular satellite, it happens to be the first Earth observation satellite directly developed by the Brazil. So what do we have? We have number of regions where deforestation is taking place in Brazil. So the objective of this particular satellite is to look into those areas, get the images of that particular area and help the scientific community and the policy making committee to evolve with the particular plan. Recently, we also saw Amazon fire when it comes to the Amazon region. So what will this program do or the satellite do? It will basically ensure that it is capturing the Amazon region when it comes to Brazil, and it will keep feeding them data so that they can take up policy initiatives as well. So deforestation, which is one of the major concerns, not only impacts the flora and fauna, but it also impacts the health of the people because of the forest fire and the livelihood means and mechanisms of the people in that region, which is why this whole Amazonia project is about monitoring the deforestation and the agricultural activities in the Amazon region in Brazil. How was it launched? It was launched using PSLV C-51 satellite. This is where the Indian Space Research Organization steps in. So this satellite was developed by Brazil indigenously, but the launch of this particular satellite was assisted by ISRO from India. So what is the significance of this particular project? This happens to be the successful launch of Brazil's Amazonia satellite by the Indian Space Research Organization, and this happens to be helping in advancing the mutual cooperation when it comes to India as well as Brazil. And from India's perspective, the launch also marked the first dedicated mission of ISRO's commercial arm, New Space India Limited, where this was the first full-fledged commercial satellite that was launched by NSIL. So this is what we have to understand in reference to this article. Now let's look into the previous year question. Consider the following liquid assets: demand deposits with the banks, time deposits with the banks, saving deposits with the banks, currency. The correct sequence of this assets in the decreasing order of liquidity. So what is the liquidity here? The minute you have the cash in your hand, you would be able to spend it. So which has the highest liquidity? So we have to arrange them in the decreasing order. So what is it about? When we speak about currency, it is the money that we have in our hand. So the currency means money. So this will be the first. So it is 4, and then followed by this we have time deposits. What is time deposits? Let's say for example, when it comes to the banking sector, we have the fixed deposit where we fix the money for, let's say, 1 year or 5 year. So this will have the last priority. So what do we have at last is 2. So we have 4 at 1 and 2 at last. So what we have is this option. So it is 4132. So the answer to this is D, 4132. Then we have demand deposits and saving deposits. So demand deposits will have the second priority, and the third priority will come up to saving deposits. So it is this that we have to understand in reference to this previous year question. Now let's look into the fact of the day. The fact of the day here is speaking about Rashtriya Samskruti Mahotsav. What is this Rashtriya Samskruti Mahotsav? This happens to be a flagship program of the Ministry of Culture. What does it want to do? Let's say for example, there is one of the cultural drama or folk dance or any other cuisine which might be something important from a particular state's perspective. This cultural aspect will be picked up, it will be put on display in some other states. So what are we doing here? We are developing the cultural diversity in India, so the cultural diversity is respected of one state in another state. So this particular process is basically about not only sticking to this particular program or a folk dance or a drama only to the galleries or to the auditorium so that minimal number of people see it, but instead it is opening a window for large number of people so that they can visualize this particular art. Apart from this, as these people are given an option to perform and showcase their talent, it will also provide livelihood means and mechanisms for this particular community. This particular article also speaks about 7 cultural centers. What are these 7 zonal cultural centers? It includes Eastern Zonal Cultural Center at Kolkata, North Central Zone Cultural Center at Allahabad, Northeast Zone Cultural Center at Dimapur, North Zone Cultural Center at Patiala, South Central Zone Cultural Center at Nagpur, South Zone Cultural Center at Tanjavur, and West Zone Cultural Center at Udaipur. So what is this Zone Cultural Center all about? This is about preservation, promotion and dissemination of traditional folk arts and culture of various states and union territories in India. So this will develop and promote the rich diversity that we have in India, the uniqueness of various arts of different zones in India, and also want to upgrade and create a consciousness in the people so that they respect the cultural heritage that they have in their states as well as from an other state as well. So the whole idea is about promoting the cultural diversity when it comes to India and its aspects. It is this that we have to understand in reference to this article. This is it for today. Thank you for watching. All the best.